I want to say Eddie Vedder, rock and roll. Vedder is his last name, and he's a police officer, and he is running for sheriff in 22. That's the problem. I didn't even come with notes because I thought I was filming this whole thing. So Ella is taking notes inside and actually was scolded for having her phone out. But we said she's taking notes. She's not taking pictures. Calm down. So that's what's happening. So she'll be taking notes on that, and then after the event, I'll have her write a story with what notes she's given. And I'll keep coming outside and giving whatever updates on live streaming that I can. I think it's pretty lame that they wouldn't want this filmed. They did say they weren't very clear on whether they said this is being filmed by PJI or by the Calvary Baptist Church and it will be released through those websites, or whether it was no filming at all. It kind of skated the issue. It didn't really say you can go to this to see this, because I mean, I would like all of you guys to be able to watch this. It's the only reason I'm here at the Super Spreader event. We'll see what happens. I will say Ella and I are the only two with masks on, so we're getting the evil eye everywhere we go. Oh well. To each his own. I do have to say the funniest thing that it's on again. I'm not trying to make fun of people. I'm not, clearly I'm on the pro-mask side of things, but I also don't think that these people are stupid or something because they're here. It is what it is. Everybody has their opinions. Everybody's different and everybody has their tribe. But I do think it was funny that when I was walking in and I was setting up, I heard people having a conversation about how, well, we're just trying not to get sick, and we're they were going off about all the stuff they're doing, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So anyway, leave it to me to find the humor and everything. So again, sorry for the new people showing up right now. They're not letting live streaming. They're not letting recording of any sort. We can't even take still pictures. I did sneak a couple, but before they said that out loud, so they can sue me if they want to. But again, Jen Rozier is in attendance, and she was given a 30 to 45 second standing ovation, and commented on her bravery and freedom and whatever. So I think that she did a good... I think her idea, if what she said during the supervisors meeting was what she was going to do, I completely stand behind her in this situation. Her intent was to talk about how it is important for civil discourse, and if you feel the need or the desire or want to help in utilizing, or whatever the right word is for that, civic duty, you should step up and do it. So her plan was to discuss how she got into civics in the first place, and on the road of becoming a supervisor and using that power for the best. She had no intention of talking about anti-masking or anti-vaccinations or whatever other things that these people are here to discuss. So I think if that's true, that's the problem. Until she did it, you can't say, because it would be easy if she was here and spoke and you could say, oh, she didn't even talk about that, good on her. So, but as far as everything else goes, I mean, I'm a little pissed because I showed up to shoot this thing at the Super Spreader event and they won't even let anybody film it. And that always makes me kind of worried, because if you're not willing to be filmed, why? What are you doing that you don't want people to see? The obvious answer is they don't want people commenting that have a different opinion, I suppose, because they don't want to deal with the BS of it. I don't want to deal with the BS of it. Or they intend to record it, try to make money from it, something along those lines. So there's those sides of it too. I doubt that's it, but yeah, that's kind of a bummer. So here I stand outside, freezing. I actually went to this school, see, when I was a kid. We'll see what happens. I'll come and go as I can. Chances are they're going to start getting pissed if I keep coming in and out, though, so I don't know what's really going to happen. Maybe I'll see if Ella will text me her notes, and then I can just read you them from there. It's hard to just keep talking to myself. There's still people showing up. I mean, it's a full parking lot, look. So it's a big event, that shows that a lot of people have, interest in this, and more power to them, man. I think the best option is balance. I think finding a happiness, a place of balance between opposing sides is what our entire country needs, as opposed to, oh, you're pro-vaccine or you're anti-vaccine or you're, how would you go to this event? How dare you? You're siding with PJI. Well, just, I've watched Hitler's speeches on YouTube. That doesn't mean I'm a Nazi. You know what I mean? This could be, by no means am I saying PJI is a Nazis. I'm just saying somebody that clearly that was a bad analogy. Strike that from the record. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it is very easy to watch things or be curious about things that you don't agree with. So just because somebody's here, it doesn't mean that they're a super spreader and they're anti-vaccine and they're anti-masking. It means they want to know what's going on. And that's what the biggest bummer for me is, that I can't film this, because that's why I'm here. I'm not here to push an agenda. I'm not here to knock an agenda. I want to be able to get all the information out there so people can have both sides and we can have a conversation about this and see what the best way to balance this would be. How do we make everybody happy as opposed to everybody fighting all the time? Because what I've noticed is it's always about starting off in attack mode. Everything is always combative when it starts with these things anymore. Oh, you anti-masker, you're this, you're whatever. When the truth is, it's a much smarter idea to say, oh, okay, you're pro-vaccine, you're not vaccine, whatever. Why? What do you think? And then they say, well, because I don't want the Fauci ouchie. Well, okay, that's fine. You have every right to not put something in your body that you don't want in there, like a Diet Coke. But, it doesn't mean fight. Just like the other side is. It doesn't mean, oh, you're trying to kill all of us because you won't get a vaccine and fight. And I know it was funny, remain nameless, but a viewer of our site today wrote me and said that my speech yesterday on the podcast for Eastern Sierra Now, which you can find at all podcatchers, Spotify and everything, it's at 5 o'clock on weekdays. I gave my opinion about this, and I said basically what I'm saying right now. It's about balance. You need to find the strength in both sides. And she said, you sound like this thing, it was called the whiskey debate that she showed me on YouTube. And it's somebody saying, well, are you saying that the whiskey is the devil and you should never drink whiskey and that's the worst thing? Well, that's what I'm agreeing with. But if what you're saying is whiskey's great for poetry and making friends and all that stuff, then I'm for whiskey. So yeah, I guess I am kind of going to both sides, aren't I? I just firmly believe that. I don't think anybody needs to be combative. Anybody needs to be defensive. We're all human beings. We're all going through this together. It sucks. We all agree. So, I don't know. That's where I stand. Let me see if there's any questions here I can answer while I'm out here. Jill Coons. Hi. What's up, Christy? Hey, Sandy. Be careful out there. Take care. But thank you for trying to share the news. Sandy, I appreciate you. Thank you for saying that. I really had the best of intentions, and I really want to show everybody's sides to this, because there's a lot of sides, more than just these two. And it's really important to get that out there. And I think that's the job of Eastern Sierra Now, not only Eastern Sierra Now, every news service, is to show all the information without giving it your opinion. I think that's the problem with news today, is everybody is so, this is what I think, you should think this too, or you're stupid, or leading you into something like, Lady Gaga's crazy and here's why, as opposed to saying, do you think Lady Gaga's crazy? See what I mean? So there's so much problem with news that it's so pushed. You got your Fox and those guys on one side, you've got your CNN and those guys on the other side. The problem is extremes. It's not lack of information. It's not lack of content. It's not opinions. It's extreme opinions, because extremes lead to terrible things, because then it can't be, oh, maybe I'm wrong. You know what I mean? It has to be, I'm right and you're wrong. And that's where violence ensues. And that's why we have so many big, one thing I was thinking about with this, if opinions are like assholes. You've always heard that before, so I'm not hurting anybody's feelings by saying that. And the other thing I would say to that is that, like an asshole, nobody wants you to shove yours in their face. So since everybody has an opinion and everybody has an asshole, maybe you should keep them both to yourself. But what I was thinking about with opinions is, a better way of saying of having an opinion is like, an opinion means you think you're right. So you don't have to have facts. You don't have to have research. You just have to have a gut feeling. I think this is right. This is my opinion. That's what an opinion is. So intelligence is being able to prove that you're right. So you can find facts, you can find research, you back other people that have found facts and research. That's so whatever side of the coin you're on here, intelligence is being able to prove that you're right. But neither of those are what we should be working with. Wisdom is what we should be working with here. Wisdom is knowing that you're both wrong. And I think that's what nobody is really saying here. Everybody's so focused on being right. I'm smart, I'm true. It's me, not you. You need to listen to me. The problem is we're all wrong. And I think when people can accept that and the humility of that, because it's hard to say you're wrong. Nobody likes to say I'm sorry. Nobody likes to say I'm not right. I didn't do the research. I didn't think. That's where we're at. And I think if everybody could step back and say none of us are right, how do we make this work? How do we make this the United States of America? Are we united? Maybe. In some things, go Bengals. Oh God, I'm going to get stabbed for that. I mean, but the point is, what's going on? And then to bring it back for the new people that have involved here, we are not allowed to live stream the event. So I'm trying to do as much as I can myself, but I already kind of got reprimanded when I left. So I know the more I go in and out, I'm going to get in trouble. So I'm trying to see if Ella, our social media expert in there, can send me texts of what's happening, and then I can kind of read it to you and tell you what's going on in there. For the new people, we got kicked out. We're not allowed to film anything in the PGI event. And the one big question on everybody's mind was Jen Rozier going to even show up? Yes, she is in there. She was wearing a mask. In fact, I won't go further than that. But she was given a standing ovation for her efforts in that. And like I said earlier, I'm going to have to repeat myself a million times. I'm sorry for you that have been watching, but I don't disagree with Jen based on what she said her intentions were. If her intentions were to come here and say, poo on all of you that are wearing masks, then I would be pissed. But it's not. From what she said, her intention was to promote public and civil discourse. How can we talk about these things and listen to each other as opposed to yell at each other and tell each other that you're wrong? So if that was her intention, then absolutely, I think she should have done that. She shouldn't have been stopped from it. And that would have been a very good way for her to use her platform. But then speaking of platform, you have to remember that when you represent people, and you can't say what you think all the time. Like, I'm lucky I represent me. So if I want to say go Bengals, well, fight me. But because I'm a Cowboy fan, let's just lay that out there flat my whole life. So, but I think that's where we're at. The problem is nobody listens. Nobody, everybody wants to be right. Everybody wants, you want to follow this because of the drama. What's happening? What's going on? Why, are these people coughing at each other's soup? That's the problem is we need to switch our public perception from anger and negativity and, ooh, I want to see it's like watching a car crash. It's really easy to watch the car crash. It's really exciting to watch a car crash and you want to see what happens. But how many people get out and try to help the people in the car crash? I would like to say everybody. I would like to say as human beings, we all are here for each other. But in the last couple of years, I'm not sure that's the case. The people inside here, I think, I'm not sure they would or not. And all of you at home watching and anybody that's not, especially those that aren't, probably don't care. And I don't mean that from a negative standpoint. I mean that all of us need to step up. We'll see. Is there any more questions on here? Let's see. Hi, Tammy Madison. Congratulations to Colt. Tammy says I'm the best. Fact. Well, that's true. Amanda Christensen, how are you? Hey guys, I always think these are weird when I see other people doing live streams and they take that minute to stop and read things. It's like, oh, let's look up your nose, Jesse. Oh man, I'm so bummed out. I was so looking forward to being able to live stream this and you guys could see what's happening. Some people just can't come. And that's what I said to Josh Nicholson when he stopped me from filming. He introduced himself as, former school board member. I thought that was amusing too. And that we had met back then, which we have. when I was teaching and he was on the school board. And anyway, he said that they're reserving the right to not film or live stream anything. And so I said, why? And so he said that anybody that wanted to come to this event should have come and been here. And I said, well, what about all the people that couldn't make it? Fuck them. And he kind of looked at me for a second. He said, well, no, it's not that. And I said, well, then why won't you let the public watch? This was labeled as a town hall meeting. Doesn't that mean public? Anybody can come, and those that can't, what about, our elderly, handicapped people that can't be here? They're out of town, and they're really, I've seen 6 or 7 people sign into this that don't even live in Bishop. So how are you supposed to see it? And that's the bummer about this. And what it does is it creates a bad taste. This could have been a very wonderful event where they really are respectful of everybody, and the whole thing is just getting information out there and getting rid of any negative standpoints that anybody possibly could have about vaccinating or not vaccinating or masking or not or whatever. I hope we don't get into anything else that the PJI group is known for talking about. But that's the problem. When you say you can't film it, you instantly are distrusted. Now, you could be saying anything. I'm outside. I don't know what's going on. I haven't had the chance to stop and text Ella and say, tell me what's happening. So anyway, that's that. Oh, I cussed. I'm not supposed to cuss. Sorry, Johnny. So we'll see what happens. That's kind of a bummer. Anyway, I'll show you the parking lot again. It's pretty packed. There's 100 people, maybe more. They were bringing in chairs, so it was sitting room. Thanks, Dina, for thanking me for trying. I gave it my best. Here, I'll show you the parking lot. So as you can see, it is packed. I don't know that there's places to park. Here's another car coming in. We tried.